Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? All right, all right, all right. It's Double Deuce back. And I was talking. I guess I had a few questions on the cars that I drive, and everybody wanted me to kind of do a segment on them, and um, so it's been really crappy out. I guess maybe the quarantine has set in here, and um, so I started going through some paperwork on. I have two really favorite cars in my life. And one's a 1980 Z28, which I bought new, and the other one is a you know 69 Camaro convertible that I bought back in I think 1982. I bought this car, and so it was just a pretty special car. But I'll get on to the video. Don't mind the mess of my yard because we've had some hellacious winds the last couple of days, and it's just wrecked out there. And while I was out there picking up shit, I said, "Hey, you know what? I think it'd be a good time to, show the cars in their natural habitat. I guess um, it's that time of the year where I get everything out and clean it and scrub it up, tire shine, change oil, do all the maintenance on them again. And but this time I got a little extra to do with cleaning up the devastation in the yard from the winds. So, anyways, like I say, with I'll go over some paperwork and stuff that I had found, and it kind of sparked my interest on my 80 Z28. And I'm going to do a frame off restoration on this car, and it will be on a rotisserie. And I'll try to do video segments as I go along. Like I worked on it yesterday and the weekend before to try to get it all set up, and so I get it on the roaster there so I can spin it around and do all the work on it and everything. So if like I say, you guys stay patient. I still do my RC car stuff, so don't worry. It's that time of year to get them out and run them too. So I hope everybody's been out doing their projects and staying safe, and getting to do a little battery time in out there, or nitro time if that's your gig. I would do more of it, but with the crazy pandemic that's been going on, and the just the weather itself up here lately is, anytime you get a good day, you're out picking up stuff from the winds of the prior storm. So, anywho, here we go. How you doing? Today we're going to do a video on my cars. I thought I'd take a break away from the RC cars for a while. Everybody's been hitting me up saying, "Hey, you got a lot of roaches in your yard. What's it about?" So here we go. Enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so we're going to start with this one here. This here I built for my son years ago. I had the twin sister of this car when I was in high school, except mine had black interior, and mine was a Rock Crusher 4-speed. This is an SS 454 LS6. His car's an automatic, and you can see the hood's up, the motor's out of it, and it's been laying here dead. Still got the original rear tires on the car. The old Polyglass GTs sitting there rotting away, but so we're gonna do something with that soon. And this is the old Sylvie. This is my son's truck that passed away. This is his ride. It's a Silverado SS, and this is a crazy truck. If this truck could talk, it'd do nothing but bitch. But this is an SLP version, I guess, of the truck. It's got 22-inch wheels on it, and it actually, I don't know if it's got a 5.3 in it now, or it had a 6-liter in it at one time. But and like I say, it's got the SLP dual exhaust, everything. This truck has lived a life of hell, and we used to tow a lot of vehicles with this thing. So it needs a little rocker panel attention, which I'm going to get to now. I bought a couple of those for it. So now this here, it's sad to look at this car because this is a very, very rare car here. It is a 69 SSRS 396 Camaro that was actually owned by General Motors itself. I do have the paperwork for it that that states that it came right from the Buffalo central office up there. But this car is pretty crazy. It's a 375 horse 396, and it has aluminum heads on it, and it's got a turbo 400 in it with an 8-track. Pretty cool car, and it's pretty sick. Let me open the hood for you. Okay. Now, if you look in there, you see there's a lot of aluminum on the upper half of this engine. This thing runs and drives. I tore it all apart one time and cleaned it up, and kind of did a half-assed restoration on it. But I picked it right up from there, and you can see it says there 375 horse engine, and it's a salt lifter cam, and she's the real deal. But I fire it up and take it for a ride every now and then, just to get a grin on. I can't really run these things up here anywhere much. And they get all weird about it. It's like my brake booster is turning green. I got to do something about that. A lot of mold here, It's been wet up here lately. But this car has 4-wheel disc brakes on it, and my other Camaro has 4-wheel disc brakes on it too. It was called JL8. That was the this is my 69 Z28. This car actually came from California, and it's all filthy. They say just breaking out of winter here. This has factory 4-wheel disc brakes on it, an M22 4-speed, and I do have the original block for the car, but it guess it was ran hard and put away wet, so I'm running a 383 stroker from Summit Racing in it. Actually, one of the first 383s they ever built. I called one time to get a cam adjustment spec on the thing, and they didn't even have it on file. They had to go back through the old handbook, and I think it was one of the first run of engines they ever did. So, but this is a cool car. I drive this as much as I can. It's a head turner when it's clean. So, this here is the son that passed away. This is his ride. This is his CLK. We both had CLKs at one time. I don't know what it was. I think it was more of that strip club mentality. You come in there, and then we all lowered them and put, cross-drilled big brake rotors on them, and we did all kinds of shit to the cars, and we had a great time. But this in here's pretty wild. He bought this and put Blistine racing struts on it and 20-inch wheels on it because they said it couldn't be done. And I'm telling you what, this thing rides like a buckboard. I mean, an F1 car probably rides better than this thing, but man, does it handle. So you say it I haven't driven it in a while because everything's just been sitting around, and our weather up here has really sucked, and it's I don't know. Plus the wind lately has ruined everything around here. It's blown away everything I got, We're going to go behind the fence because there's a project here, what I'm working on now, that I want everybody to see. We can get a peek over here. Yes, that's a 928, and that'll be resurrected soon also. I always take this out once a year for a blast up and down the road for a good month or so, and then I put it back away again. Now we get to the other one. Hold on. This is the flavor of the month right here. Now, believe it or not, this is a 1980 Z28, and I bought this car brand new. Right off the truck when I worked at the dealership, and it's going to go on a rotisserie. It's going to get all redone. So that's going to be what we're going to show you, is the different steps of where I am with this car. So It's original black with camel tan interior. Those are not the wheels on it. Me and my kid used to bust each other's balls by putting an IROC wheel on, all these different cars we had. He'd come home and I'd have a set of IROC wheels on my Chevelle because he would bust my balls and go out and throw them on there, and then, he'd come home and he had a Monty SS, and I'd put the IROC wheels on his Monty SS. It was kind of like a long-running joke that we had. He actually bought a set of wheel adapters so he could put them on my 72 Cheyenne Super one time. That was like a $150 prank, but it was funny as hell. But so this here, my next step will be some pictures of this car, because I haven't done a video of it yet because I haven't got there yet. So stay tuned and you can follow the restoration. Adios. Hey guys, what's up? Alright, it's Double Deuce back again. So here's what we got done on the Camaro today. We got the body all stripped and got a coat of primer on it. I can just block it out, paint the rear body, kind of working on the doors, put a couple new door skins on it. Believe it or not, I put them on 10 years ago and they rotted out on me. Imagine that. So we got the bottom. It's all done. I sandblasted it and then put it in like an epoxy primer. I'm doing it the original gray that it was. And then when I paint the black, I'll let it kind of flow down under the floor like it did from the factory. Not too bad. The car was, one of them things that was my pride and joy, but life got in the way and it just kind of went bad. So the only thing I'm doing different on there, when I ordered this thing, I could not get a 4-speed, even though they came standard. So mine came with an automatic. So as you can see, I'm converting it to a 4-speed. So like I say, it's going to be the car I wanted then. So it should look pretty cool. This is the way to do them, though. You do them on a rotisserie. It's just the way to do them. Easy. Where you get every little spot underneath it. There's no apologies. You go around it. There's a used hood I got because, believe it or not, my hood fell off of the stand I had it on, and it totally rotted it out. So now it's ready to block out and paint it. It's going to be Starlight black, just like it was then, or jet black with a camel tan interior. I hope you like it. Stay tuned for more.